يقول راجي عفو رب سامعي محمد بن الجزري الشافعي: الحمد لله وصلى الله على نبيه ومصطفاه محمد وآله وصحبه ومقرئ القرآن مع محبه. وبعد إن هذه مقدمة فيما على قارئه أن يعلمه، إذ واجب عليهم محتم قبل الشروع أولا أن يعلموا مخارج الحروف والصفات ليلفظوا بأفصح اللغات، محرر التجويد والمواقف وما الذي رسم في المصاحف.
على سيدنا وحبيبنا محمد رسول رب العالمين وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا وزدنا علما وعملا متقبلا يا أرحم الراحمين. O Allah, teach us what benefit us, increase us in knowledge and good morals and good deeds, Ya Arham Ar-Rahim. We continue by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's blessings in explaining Al-Jazariyya by Imam Muhammad ibn Ali ibn Yusuf ibn Al-Jazari, rahimahullah ta'ala, who was born 751 of the Hijrah, in the migration of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, and passed away 833 of the Hijrah. We are still in the second section, which is Makhraj al-Huruf. Makhraj al-Huruf 17 على الذي يختاره من اختبر في الجوف ألف وأختها وهي حروف مد للهواء تنتهي. Then what does he say رحمه الله؟ ثم لأقصى الحق همز هاء ومن وسطه فعين حاء أدناه غين خاؤها والقاف أقصى اللسان فوق ثم الكاف أسفل والوسط فجيم الشين يا والضاد من حافته إذ ولي. That is where we stopped. إذ ولي الضراس من أيسر أو يمناها. That is the line where we stopped, which is verse number 14, right? Verse number 14. What does he say رحمه الله؟ والضاد من حافته إذ ولي والوسط فجيم الشين أسفل والوسط فجيم الشين يا والضاد من حافته إذ ولي. That's line 13. Then he moved to continue on the ضاد, which is line 14. لضراس من أيسر أو يمناها. So when he talked about the ضاد, that came in the second section of line 13 and the first section of line 14, right? We explained the ضاد in details, how it's produced, and we mentioned the main points, the main things to help you pronounce the ضاد correctly. And we started some examples. We're going to summarize very quickly, then finish up the examples. As we mentioned, the ضاد is the letter that is unique to the Arabic language. It exists only in Arabic, right? And this is why really many people, even the Arabs, because we are far from the classical Arabic, unfortunately, as Arabs, I'm saying, because we are far from the classical Arabic, many of the Arabs started changing the letters of the Arabic language. Not only the Dad, the Qaf, and the Jim, and right? But when we read the Quran, all of us, Arabs and non-Arabs, we have to stick to the way of the Quran, to the correct Arabic. Okay. So who can remind us how is the Dad produced? How is the ضاد produced? As you can see here, line 13 and 14. والضاد, so أسفل والوسط فجيم الشين يا والضاد من حافته إذ ولي. That is the second section of line 13. والضاد من حافته إذ ولي لضراس من أيسر أو يمناها. لضراس من أيسر أو يمناها. That's the first part of line 14. Then he says وَاللَّامُ أَدْنَاهَا لِمُنْتَهَا. Then he moves to the lam. So the dad has these two sections. وَالضَّادُ مِنْ حَافَتِهِ إِدْوَلِيَا لَطْوَاسَ مِنْ أَيْسَرَ أَوْ يُمْنَاهَا. We said إِدْوَلِيَا, originally it's إِدْوَلِيَا. But that's alif al-itlaq. He released it for the qafiyah, for the rhythm of the line. And he said ladrasa. Also we said ladrasa. This is a way of saying al-adrasa, right? We said warsh. He drops the hamza and he moves the harakah of the hamza to the previous letter and drops the hamza. We explained that. Like lismu al-fusuq, right? Lismu or alismu. So al-adrasa or ladrasa. That's for the rhythm again. Min aysara aw yumna. So who can remind us how is the dad produced? How is the dad produced? So there are like 3 or 4 points. You have to understand all of them so that you know how the dad is produced. Who can remind us? Yalla, first point. When you want to explain the dad to students, what is the first thing you need to say? Yalla. This is the 4th time you explain the dad. Yalla Isa. What do you do? First thing. What part of the tongue? All of the tongue?
No,
All of the tongue, we touch the roof like this?
the middle.
The middle part?
Middle and the front.
Or the edges of the tongue? We touch the upper gum, all of the upper gum with what? The edges of the tongue. حافتي اللسان. حافتي اللسان. We touch the roof of the mouth, particularly the gums. So it will be like this, right? Then it will be like this. Right? That's the very first point. If you say we touch all of the tongue, then you will have nothing. It will be like this. You cannot say anything. If you touch the whole tongue with the whole roof. So we touch the upper gum with the edges of the tongue like this. So there will be a space between them. That's the first point. Second point. So let's summarize these here for easier understanding. So first summary, let's say summary. First thing we have to do what? Touching. Tell me, touching what? The whole upper gum with the whole edges of the tongue. What else? Second point. What do we do? Nabil, we touch the upper gum with the all edges. Now what do we do? Second step. If we just touch out, kind of out, that's out. What do we do? We apply pressure on where? On the molars, on the far edges of the tongue, which are opposite to the molars. We apply the pressure on the far edges of the tongue, which are opposite to the molars. Right? From the right side or the left or both. Tamam? That's the second step. Applying pressure. Or you rely on those parts, on the far edges. Right? You rely on them. Applying pressure on the far edges of the tongue. And we explained what the far edges of the tongue are exactly. Right? What else now? Look the difference. If I just apply these two steps, It's like this, up, up, right? Imagine if I apply the pressure to the front, to the near edge, it will be like this, odd, right? Odd, odd. So we apply the pressure on the back, on the far edges, then what? What is the third step, guys? Yalla ya sister. What's the third step? Istitala, excellent. So we touched, we made the pressure, now we need to pronounce the letter. Because the air is imprisoned here between the roof of the mouth and the tongue, this imprisoned air will push the tongue slightly inward, but it will not exceed the teeth. The far it will reach is the origin of the front teeth. That's the farthest. See the farthest? The farthest the tongue, the tip of the tongue will reach is what? Is the root of the front teeth. If it comes out, then that is of. But you have to keep them inside. Come on? So that is the third step, applying istitala. We explained how the istitala is. These are the main points. So it's like this, You hear how the sound is flowing? You don't say no. You hear? Now, there are some important notes to help you do it. One of the brothers asked online, he said, then what should I do after the istitala? So when you do the istitala, you're just releasing out. Just when you're making the istitala, the sound is coming out. The sound is spreading inside. As you look here in the picture, where the sound is going. It's just remaining here, spreading here. There's another picture I showed you. Where is it? Oh, here. See? The sound is spreading. It's going right and left. There's also another picture. So this is where the sound is going. Out. As if it remains inside, but it spreads in the mouth and it makes this sound. Out. Now, very important point here. Very important. Some people, they find it difficult to do the istitala. Why? Because they start touching right away the area right behind the front teeth. If you start with here up, you start here right away, the tip of your tongue, then there's no place to move. So you start from behind. This is very, very precise. You start from behind so that you let a small space. You understand? Out, right, out. You understand this point? It's very important. Don't start, do not touch the area right behind the front teeth in the beginning. Do not touch directly the area right behind the front teeth. Rather, touch the area a little bit behind, the area behind that, to make room for the tongue, right? to move. Means to make the what? Istitala, right? Is this clear? It's very important. If you start right up, you're already touching the area right behind the teeth. So how can the tongue move? It will not move. Touch a little bit behind. Fadlu, waladda, min as-samai wal-ard, okay? Is this clear?
المنطقة الخضراء يمنة ويسرا.
Look how the sounds go. How the sound goes.
ض.
It spreads in the mouth, right? It remains in the mouth.
لو كانت متحركة بالضم ضو
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 ضو.
ضو.
لو كانت متحركة بالكسر ضي
ضي ضي ضا ضا ضو ضو
ضي.
أو
هكذا بينا بهذه الصور حقيقة ما يجري في داخل الفم. انتهت اللوحات التي عند.
So this is the summary. Let's read what else did we cover very quickly. We said here, as you can see in this picture, we touch the yellow area and the green area, with the yellow area and the green area of the tongue. All of this area is touched by all of this. Then why we made two different colors? Because the green part is where you put the pressure, right? And the yellow part is only touching. See here? Here only touching. And here touch and pressure. What are the main characteristics of the dad? What are the main characteristics of the dad? You remember we mentioned with every letters, you have to have the main characteristics of that letter in your mind so that you pronounce it right. What are those main characteristics that you have to remember with every letter? The first one we said is what? I'm going to ask you about this in the test because I said it many times. The first one is what? Heaviness or lightness. That's the first thing you need to remember with every letter. Is it heavy or light? The second thing is it rihu or shadid? Is it flowing? Is the sound flowing or not? The third, is it mahmoos or majhoor? Is the breath flowing or not? And the fourth is qalqala. These are the main attributes. The other attributes, they're fine. Of course, there are three which are their opposites, and so these are six, and the seventh one is qalqala. So for the dad, main thing is what? For heaviness and lightness, heavy. And for rakhawa or shidda, rikhu or shadid, rikhu, the sound is flowing. Why it's flowing? Because of the istitala. What's the result of the istitala? Is rakhawa. Tamam? So, and the third one, is it mahmoos or majhoor? Majhoor. The breath doesn't flow with it. Who knows why the breath doesn't flow with the dad? Help. Because the makhraj is closed, right? You're not opening your mouth. The air passage is blocked, right? So the sound remains inside. Help. Okay? And we said, since it's rikhu, we don't need qalqala for the dad. So you cannot say fadlu, that's wrong. And we explained istitala is the slight movement of the tongue under the pressure of the air that is present between the tongue and the roof of the mouth. And we said this slight movement will make the tip of the tongue reach the origin of the upper front teeth, not any further. Because if it moves further, then what will we have? We will have dha, as we mentioned in the other one. Clear? Any question? Okay. Start touching the roof from behind. Not right from behind the teeth, because you need a little space for the tongue to move. There should be a better way to phrase this rule, right? Let's say, do not start touching the area right behind the front teeth, the upper front teeth. We did not mention this here. SubhanAllah, we added this here and I already wrote it before. Do not touch directly. Do not directly touch the area. Do not directly touch the area right behind the front teeth. Rather, touch the area behind that, to make room for the tongue to move. Is this clear? Let's see this one. Do not start touching the area right behind the upper front teeth. Not right from the front teeth, because you need that space for the tongue to move. That one is fine. Rather, touch the area behind that to make room for the tongue to move. Okay, I think these are the enough things, inshallah, to produce the word correctly. Any question? Look, you see, it starts here, then it moves. You don't touch here right away. This is what I was explaining. You don't touch this area right away. Look where he's putting it. Even though this is not a real, but it's very, see? You got the point, guys. Starting here, then moving. You don't start here right away. If you start here right away, it will have no place to move. It reached the teeth already. See how? You see how the edges are touching the upper gum. Excellent, you see? Of course, if it's more professional, the tongue will be a little bit curved, right? It's not like this, it will be a little bit curved. Look at this, look. Excellent. You see? SubhanAllah, I see that before we continue to the examples. Okay, yalla. Last thing I said, we said al-tarruhu, right? Al-tarruhu. Al-tarruhu. الذين استضعفوا. Very important point here, also let's add it. Don't make the tongue like stiff. Make the tongue a little bit flexible so that you can move. Not fall. Don't make it difficult, okay? Don't make too much pressure, okay? Do not apply too much pressure on the roof, right? On the roof of the mouth. Why? Who knows? Because that will make the istitala more difficult. Got it? Got it? Stop. No. Make the tongue a little bit flexible. استضعفوا الذين استضعفوا right? يلا next example فمن اضطر right? Of course when you have ضاد and طاء you have to pay close attention فمن اضطر and show the I make it heavy فمن اضطر غير باغ ضربت عليهم. Now question here, and we're gonna mention this also when we talk about istitala. Does the istitala apply to the dad in all of its cases or only when it has sukoon? This is a rule we mentioned about all letters. Who remember the rule? The sifa of the letter, the attribute of the letter, applies to that letter in all of its cases, whether it has sukoon or haraka. But the haraka reduces the clarity of the sifa. Okay? Let's write that. Istitala applies to the dad in all of its cases. Means what? Whether it has a haraka or sukoon, right? Right? But the haraka reduces the clarity of the sifa. Clear? Is there an exception for this? Is there an exception for the sifat? There is one exception, which is what? Qalqala, right? Qalqala. Qalqala cannot be applied to the letter when it has a haraka. Cannot be applied. It only applies to the letter when it has sukoon. Did you get that? Okay. Yalla, continue. Huh? Like this, then I, like this. Exactly. Okay, clear? Yalla. Do, so even when you have haraka, da, there is istitala, but it's less clear. Da, do, di, da, do, di, al, okay. ضربت وكرهوا رضوانه Remember these points. When you read them and you remember them, that will make it easy. Don't make too much pressure. وكرهوا رضوانه. يعني take it easy, okay? Take it easy. Don't pressurize it. رضوانه غضب الله عليها أنقض ظهرك. Most readers, they mix between these two letters, especially in this ayah. So make them separate, distinctive. That's what tajweed is. That is what tajweed is. To give every letter its right, not mix them together. أنقض الذي أنقض ظهرك. ظاهري هاء وايد ظاهري كاف وايد. الذي أنقض ظهرك جزاء الضعف ولا الضالين من المكذبين الضالين. So when someone heard this, the Imam reading Min al-Kalima Qali, he said, Ameen. But that's fine. That's not a big deal. But the big deal in this one, someone heard, Illa Dallun. He said, Amun. He said, Amun. MashaAllah, he's smart. Dalleen, Amin. Dallun, Amun. That is a big deal. Okay. So, إلا الضالون مسكم الضر مسكم الضر. Okay, next example. وَقَضْبَ. This is very important example you have to pay attention to, because most students, they make the ba heavy here. They say قَضْبَ قَضْبَ وَقَضْبَ وَعِنَبًا وَقَضْبًا. You see? وَعِنَبًا وَقَضْبًا فَأَعْرِضْ عَنْهُمْ فأعرض عن أعرض رضع فأعرض عنهم فقبضت قبضة من See, if you master these examples, you're fine, because these are the most difficult ones. So if you master them, every other example is fine. Two. White. Two. فقبضت قبضة من. So you don't make qalqala, you don't say فقبضت قبضت. No. But still, if you make that, it's better than making it dha or making it dal. See, it's better. Like if you cannot say, let's say someone cannot say the dad with the istitala. It's easier to him to make qalqala with it, or to make it dha. Suppose someone cannot, he did all his best, he cannot. We tell him, no problem, make qalqala better than making it dha or dal. You understand? Because at least he got the letter. Tamam? فَقَبَضْتُ قَبْضَةً مِّن مُضْغَةٍ. Of course, when the dad is accompanied with certain letters, sometimes it's a little bit easier, sometimes a little bit more difficult. It depends on the letter which is next to it. But you have to do your best, and with practice, everything becomes easy. مِن مُضْغَةٍ والضراء والله يقبض ويبسط. يقبض ويبسط. والله يقبض ويبسط. وقضي الأمر فاضرب به ولا تحنث. نضربها واغضض من صوتك. This is not an easy example. Maybe the most difficult example, because you have two dad consecutively. So you have to pay attention to them. Well, first get the line and give istirkhawa and heaviness. Well, do. Before we continue to the examples. Okay, yalla. Last thing I said, we said al-tarruhu, right? Al-tarruhu. Al-tarruhu. الذين استضعفوا. Very important point here, also let's add it. Don't make the tongue like stiff. Make the tongue a little bit flexible so that you can move. Not fall. Don't make it difficult, okay? Don't make too much pressure, okay? Do not apply too much pressure on the roof, right? On the roof of the mouth. Why? Who knows? Because that will make the istitala more difficult. Got it? Got it? Stop. No. Make the tongue a little bit flexible. استضعفوا الذين استضعفوا right? يلا next example فمن اضطر right? Of course when you have ضاد and طاء you have to pay close attention فمن اضطر and show the make it heavy فمن اضطر غير باغ ضربت عليهم. Now question here, and we're gonna mention this also when we talk about istitala. Does the istitala apply to the dad in all of its cases or only when it has sukoon? This is a rule we mentioned about all letters. Who remember the rule? The sifa of the letter, the attribute of the letter, applies to that letter in all of its cases, whether it has sukoon or haraka. But the haraka reduces the clarity of the sifa. Okay? Let's write that. Istitala applies to the dad in all of its cases. Means what? Whether it has a haraka or sukoon, right? Right? But the haraka reduces the clarity of the sifa. Clear? Is there an exception for this? Is there an exception for the sifat? There is one exception, which is what? Qalqala, right? Qalqala. Qalqala cannot be applied to the letter when it has a haraka. Cannot be applied. It only applies to the letter when it has sukoon. Did you get that? Okay. Yalla, continue. Huh? Like this. Then I. Like this. Exactly. Okay. Clear? Yalla. Do, so even when you have haraka, there is istitala, but it's less clear. Do, di, okay. ضربت وكرهوا رضوانه وكرهوا رضوانه. Remember these points. When you read them and you remember them, that will make it easy. Don't make too much pressure. وكرهوا رضوانه. يعني take it easy. Take it easy, okay? Take it easy. Don't pressurize it. No. رضوانه غضب الله عليها أنقض ظهرك. Most readers, they mix between these two letters, especially in this ayah. So make them separate, distinctive. That's what tajweed is. That is what tajweed is. To give every letter its right, not mix them together. أنقض الذي أنقض ظهرك. ظاهري ها وايد ظاهري كاف وايد. الذي أنقض ظهرك. جزاء الضعف ولا الضالين من المكذبين الضالين. When someone heard this, the Imam reading من المكذبين الضالين, he said Ameen. But that's fine. That's not a big deal. But the big deal in this one, someone heard إلا الضالون. He said Amun. He said Amun. MashaAllah, he's smart. ضالين آمين. ضالون آمون. That is a big deal. Okay. So إلا الضالون مسكم الضر. Okay. Next example. وَقَضْبَ. This is a very important example you have to pay attention to, because most students, they make the ba heavy here. They say قَضْبَ وَقَضْبَ وَعِنَبًا وَقَضْبَ. You see? وَعِنَبًا وَقَضْبَ. فأعرض عنهم. فأعرض عنهم. فقبضت قبضة منه. See, these, if you master these examples, you're fine, because these are the most difficult ones. But if you master them, every other example is fine. Two. White. Two. فقبضت قبضة من. So you don't make qalqala, you don't say قبضت. No. But still, if you make that, it's better than making it dha or making it dal. See, it's better. Like if you cannot say, let's say someone cannot say the dad with the istitala. It's easier to him to make qalqala with it, or to make it dha. Suppose someone cannot, he did all his best, he cannot. we tell him, no problem, make qalqala better than making it dha or dal. You understand? Because at least he got the letter. Tamam? فَقَبَضْتُ قَبْضَةً مِّن مُّضْغَةٍ. Of course, when the dad is accompanied with certain letters, sometimes it's a little bit easier, sometimes a little bit more difficult. It depends on the letter which is next to it. But you have to do your best, and with practice, everything becomes easy. مِن مُّضْغَةٍ من مضغة والضراء والله يقبض ويبسط ويبسط والله يقبض ويبسط. وقضي الأمر فاضرب به ولا تحنث نضربها واغضض من صوتك. This is not an easy example. Maybe the most difficult example, because you have two dad consecutively. So you have to pay attention to them. Well, first get the line and give it istirkhawa and heaviness. Before we continue to the examples. Okay, yalla. Last thing I said, we said al-tarruhu, right? Al-tarruhu. الذين استضعفوا. Very important point here, also let's add it. Don't make the tongue like stiff. Make the tongue a little bit flexible so that you can move. Not fall. Don't make it difficult, okay? Don't make too much pressure, okay? Do not apply too much pressure on the roof, right? On the roof of the mouth. Why? Who knows? Because that will make the istitala more difficult. Got it? Got it? Stop. No. Make the tongue a little bit flexible. استضعفوا الذين استضعفوا. Right? يلا, next example. فمن اضطر. Right? Of course, when you have dad and ta, you have to pay close attention. فمن اضطر. And show the one, make it heavy. فمن اضطر غير باغ ضربت عليهم. Now, question here, and we're gonna mention this also when we talk about istitala. Does the istitala apply to the dad in all of its cases, or only when it has sukoon? This is a rule we mentioned about all letters. Who remember the rule? The sifa of the letter, the attribute of the letter, applies to that letter in all of its cases, whether it has sukoon or haraka. But the haraka reduces the clarity of the sifa. Okay? Let's write that. istitala applies to the word in all of its cases. Means what? Whether it has a haraka or sukoon, right? Right? But the haraka reduces the clarity of the sifa. Clear? Is there an exception for this? Is there an exception for the sifat? There is one exception, which is what? Qalqala, right? Qalqala. Qalqala cannot be applied to the letter when it has a haraka. Cannot be applied. It only applies to the letter when it has sukoon. Did you get that? Okay. Yalla, continue. Huh? Like this, then I, like this. Exactly. Okay, clear? Yalla. Do, so even when you have haraka, there is istitala, but it's less clear. Da, do, di, da, do, di, al. Okay. ضربت وكرهوا رضوانه Remember these points. When you read them and you remember them, that will make it easy. Don't make too much pressure. وكرهوا رضوانه. يعني take it easy, okay? Take it easy. Don't pressurize it. No. رضوانه غضب الله عليها أنقض ظهرك. Most readers, they mix between these two letters, especially in this ayah. So make them separate, distinctive. That's what tajweed is. That is what tajweed is. To give every letter its right, not mix them together. أنقض الذي أنقض ظهرك. ظهرك ظاهري ها وايد ظاهري كاف وايد. الذي أنقض ظهرك جزاء الضعف ولا الضالين من المكذبين الضالين. When someone heard this, the Imam reading من المكذبين الضالين, he said Ameen. But that's fine. That's not a big deal. But the big deal in this one, someone heard إلا الضالون. He said Amun. He said Amun. MashaAllah, he's smart. Dalin Amin. Dalun Amun. That is a big deal. Okay. So إلا الضالون مسكم الضر. Okay. Next example. وَقَضْبَ. This is very important example you to pay attention to, because most students they make the ba heavy here. They say قَضْبَ قَضْبَ وَقَضْبَ وَعِنَبًا وَقَضْبًا. You see? وَعِنَبًا وَقَضْبًا. فأعرض عنهم. فأعرض عن أعرض رضع. فأعرض عنهم. فقبضت قبضة من. See, these, if you master these examples, you're fine, because these are the most difficult ones. So if you master them, every other example is fine. فقبض two. White. قبضت. فقبضت قبضة من. So you don't make qalqala, you don't say فقبضت قبضت. No. But still, if you make that, it's better than making it dha or making it dal. See, it's better. Like if you cannot say, let's say someone cannot say the dad with the istitala. It's easier to him to make qalqala with it, or to make it dha. Suppose someone cannot, he did all his best, he cannot. We tell him, no problem, make qalqala better than making it dha or dal. You understand? Because at least he got the letter. Tamam? فَقَبَضْتُ قَبْضَةً مِّن مُضْغَةٍ. Of course, when the dad is accompanied with certain letters, sometimes it's a little bit easier, sometimes a little bit more difficult. It depends on the letter which is next to it. But you have to do your best, and with practice, everything becomes easy. مِن مُضْغَةٍ. مِن مُضْغَةٍ. والضراء. والله يقبض ويبسط. يقبض ويبسط. والله يقبض ويبسط. وقضي الأمر. فاضرب به. فاضرب به. فاضرب به ولا تحنث. نضربها. نضربها. واغضض من صوتك. This is not an easy example. Maybe the most difficult example, because you have two dad consecutively. So you have to pay attention to them. Well, first give the line and give istirkhawa and heaviness. Well, do, meal, not well, meal, don't cut it. Well, meal, well, so and make that ikhfa correct. Meals, صوتك. واغضض من صوتك. واغضض من صوتك. صوتك تي. واغضض من صوتك. As we mentioned, Imam Al-Jazariyya, he said in the beginning, we explained that, or we're going to explain in the section of Tajweed. He says what when he talks about tajweed? وَلَيْسَ بَيْنَهُ وَبَيْنَ تَرْكِهِ إِلَّا رِيَاضَةُ امْرِئٍ بِفَكِّهِ وَلَيْسَ بَيْنَهُ وَبَيْنَ تَرْكِهِ إِلَّا رِيَاضَةُ امْرِئٍ بِفَكِّهِ. There's nothing between you and not learning this art or science, except there's nothing between you and not mastering it except for exercising with your jaw. Exercising with your jaw. No matter how much you improve, you always need exercise, and you always need someone to listen to you and correct you. Whenever I have a chance to read to someone who's certified and skillful, I am eager to read to them so that they keep correcting me if I make mistakes and keep monitoring. So, وَاغْضُضْ مِنْ صَوْتِكَ. Yalla sister. Practice. Or this is very important. It needs a lot of attention. Or, اركض برجلك. Try. اركض برجلك فاقض ما أنت قاض. See? قاض على رفرف خضر وعبقري. خضر قسمة. Look at the C, not قسمة ضيزى means this is unfair judgment or unfair treatment. Okay, فقلنا اضرب بعصاك. فقلنا اضرب بعصاك. فقلنا اضرب بعصاك تغيض الأرحام عن المحيض. محيض عن المحيض غضبان أسفا. غضبان أسفا إن القوم استضعفوني. إن القوم استضعفوني واضمم إليك جناحك. واضمم إليك جناحك ومن يعش عن ذكر الرحمن نقيض له شيطانا فهو له قرين. ومن يعش عن ذكر الرحمن, whoever sleeps on the remembrance of Allah, whoever stops the remembrance of Allah, whoever stops the remembrance of Allah, whoever does not remember Allah constantly, وَمَنْ يَعْشُ عَنْ ذِكْرِ الرَّحْمَنِ نُقَيِّضْ لَهُ شَيْطَانًا. Then we will have a shaitan that will accompany him. فَهُوَ لَهُ قَرِينٌ. And it will be like a companion for him. So if you don't remember Allah, then shaitan will be with you. When you remember Allah, shaitan will make what? يَخْنُص. Why it's khannas? Khannas means it runs away. When you remember Allah. There is a very nice hadith that if the believer remembers Allah, then the shaitan will run away. And if he doesn't, then the shaitan iltaqama qalbahu, then he'll have your heart in one mouthful. Iltaqama qalbahu, he'll just pick your heart. So remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala constantly with your tongue and most importantly with your heart. So نقيض له وجوه يومئذ ناضرة ناضرة إلى ربها ناظرة إلى ربها ناظرة. Some people in the past and the present, they say it's okay, God and God, they are the same. So we tell them, okay, read this ayah for us, if they are the same. And he will say, وَجُوهٌ يَوْمَئِذٍ نَاظِرَةٌ إِلَى رَبِّهَا نَاظِرَةٌ. Well, that doesn't make sense. نَاظِرَةٌ means bright faces. إِلَى رَبِّهَا نَاظِرَةٌ means they're looking at their Lord subhanahu wa ta'ala. Right? That's the greatest blessings that Allah will give to the believers, is to look at Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala without Him being limited in a place or direction. That is the belief of Ahl-Sunnah. Some anthropomorphic people in the past, they said, since Allah is saying we will see Him, this means He's in a place, He's a body, He's matter, since we're gonna see Him. And all Muslims rejected this blasphemy about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. On the other hand, some others who are called the Mu'tazilites or the Mu'tazila, they said, no, we cannot see Him because He's not a matter or body, so we can never see Him. You see that? Two opposites? Then Ahlul Sunnah came in the middle. Or as always in their beliefs, they said, no, He's not a body, not a matter, and there's nothing like Him, and yet we will see Him, subhanahu wa ta'ala, as He is saying. Then those people, we tell them, Allah is saying this, then they understand this word differently. Nadira, they say it doesn't mean they're looking at their Lord, it means they're waiting for their Lord. Means waiting for the judgment of their Lord. Which is possible, but the hadith and the traditions of the Prophet ﷺ makes this understanding wrong. So Ahl Sunnah, they say, no, we will see Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala without Him being limited in a direction or in a place, and without Him being matter or body. Now sometimes you're sitting and you're as they said, you're daydreaming. Sometimes you see something, right? Even though that thing is not a matter, is not a body, right? So that doesn't mean this is how we're gonna see Allah. We don't know how we're gonna see Him, but He told us subhanahu wa ta'ala, right? And He's gonna change our capabilities, because in this world no one can see Him. لا تدركه الأبصار وهو يدرك الأبصار, right? وهو اللطيف الخبير. But there He will change us in a way that we can see Him subhanahu wa ta'ala. And whatever comes to your mind about Allah, Allah is different. كل ما خطر في بالك فهو من وهم خيالك والله بخلاف ذلك. This is something you have to memorize, just like your name. كل ما خطر في بالك فهو من وهم خيالك والله بخلاف ذلك. Whatever comes to your mind about Allah, it's from the illusion of your own imagination. And Allah is different from that, from whatever comes to your mind. Why? Because He told you there is nothing like Him. There is nothing like Him. Whatever comes to your mind is not like Him. Subhanahu wa ta'ala. So, Nadira is different from Nadira. So you don't make them similar. And this is why Imam Al-Jazariyya, he made a whole section in Al-Jazariyya to differentiate and to mention all of the words in the Quran that are mentioned with Dha and the words that are mentioned with Dha. He made it a whole section to make people aware they are not the same. وجوه يومئذ ناظرة إلى ربها ناظرة وخضتم كالذي خاضوا وخضتم كالذي خاضوا وخضتم كالذي خاضوا ويوم يعض الظالم على يديه ويوم يعض الظالم يعض الظا same thing. You say يعض الظا or يعض الظا يعض الظالم يا ظالم. You see that they say ظالم. That's wrong also, right? ظالم. ظا, right? Then when you read the Quran, that will affect your reading. But you have to learn, you have to observe or to be careful how you pronounce the letters of the Quran. You don't pronounce them like a letter in your language. No, you have to learn the letters of the Quran as they are. وَيَوْمَ يَعَضُّ الظَّالِمُ عَلَى يَدَيْهِ يَقُولُ يَا لَيْتَنِي اتَّخَذْتُ مَعَ الرَّسُولِ سَبِيلًا. On that day when the wrongdoer, the unjust, the oppressed, the oppressors or the unjust or the wrongdoers, they will bite on their hands. Means what? Means what? When someone bites on his hands, this is a metaphor of what? Absolute regretfulness. Absolute regretfulness. Extreme regretfulness. يقول يا ليتني اتخذت مع الرسول سبيلا. I wish I followed the messenger and I took a bath with the messenger. And after the messengers, he will say, I wish I went to the scholars and learned from the scholars. I wish I sat and learned from them. يقول يا ليتني اتخذت مع الرسول سبيلا يا ويلتا. He will say, woe to me. يا ويلتا ليتني لم أتخذ فلانا خليلا. I wish I did not take so and so as a friend. I wish I did not take so and so as a friend. لقد أضلني عن الذكر بعد إذ جاءني. He misled me and pushed me away from dhikr after it came to me. After the reminder came to me, he pushed me away. وَكَانَ الشَّيْطَانُ لِلْإِنسَانِ خَذُولًا. And surely the shaitan will let down, will let you down, and will let the humans down. May Allah not make us of those people. وَلَا يَحُضُّ عَلَى طَعَامِ الْمِسْكِينِ. ولا يحض على يحض always make the pressure inside, make it deeper inside. يحض ولا يحض على طعام المسكين. بعض الظالمين. Not بعد. If you see بعد, you change the meaning. It's بعض right? بعض right? بعض right? بعض الظالمين. Okay, any question so far? Any question? That is the Lord. You see how the edges are touching the upper gum. Excellent, you see? Of course, if it's more professional, the tongue will be a little bit curved, right? It's not like this, it will be a little bit curved. Look at this, look. Excellent. You see? How I see that. Look, you see? It starts here, then it moves. You don't touch here right away. This is what I was explaining. You don't touch this area right away. Look where he's putting it. Even though this is not a real, but it's very, see? You got the point, guys. Starting here, then moving. You don't start here right away. If you start here right away, it will will have no place to move. It reached the teeth already. See how?